Okay, we're doing a comparison video of 2 drops off of this bank into the water. And pause it. Gonna get both videos into alignment. Oops. Still learning some of these tools. Okay, let's try this in slow motion. So what we want to see through the water is kind of high active steps instead of longer steps. You can see the video on the bottom is a little bit higher in his trot steps. See if I can bring these back into sync a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's pause here for a second just to look at Sisco's shape. So here in the top video you can see that he's a little bit stiff in his back. So I can see that because his back's a little flat and his neck is a little hollow. Whereas in here he has a little bit more of a softness to his back, right? It's not perfect, but it doesn't have that kind of dramatic stiffness. And then if you look at where I am, that's understandable because in this top video, I'm just a little bit against him with my seat, meaning that my shoulder's a little bit back and my leg is a little out in front of me. So I've just come up a mound and I'm getting ready to drop off a bank into water. So that's, you want to be in a more of a defensive position, but there's a better alignment and a softness to that kind of organized defensiveness in this second video. So I'm down in my leg, but I don't have it braced out in front of me. The result of that is that my seat is clearer and more organized in this bottom video. So therefore his shape and how he is responding to it in his back is better. So pause again, catch this top video. Oops, catch the top video up a little bit. So again, here, Sisco's got, right, 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot off. So this is another, you can see a pretty big difference in where my position is. So top video, I'm tipping a little forward. Again, not that I'm not down in my heel, that part's fine, but I've kind of pushed my shoulder, tipped over, and pushed my seat back. So yes, I'm squeezing with my leg, but there's kind of a crunched upness about my position. Whereas in this bottom video, there's more, I'm tall, going with the motion, but I'm more kind of snuggled all in one place in my position. My whole position is supporting what we're about to do instead of being just a little bit kind of crunched up and defensive about it in this top one. Okay, continue. Okay, so again, on this top video here, we can see that my shoulder has come in front of my knee and that my ankle has fallen back behind my knee. So I'm ahead of the motion. Because of this, I've gotten my elbow pulled a little bit too far back. Now my reins are long, so he's able to soften his neck, so that part is good. But there's this little sense here that he's jumping a little out into the water instead of in this bottom video where he has more of a soft curve drop down into the water, which we like a little bit better. And so then again on this bottom video here, I have a better shoulder, knee, stirrup line, right? Still just a tiny bit forward, but clearly not quite as dramatic. So here's my knee to my, or kind of hip to back of my ankle, shoulder to the, so you see my position's kind of organized better here instead of being a little bit kind of crunched up. And then that again creates this kind of out jump versus this kind of softer arcing kind of jump. Okay. Look again at the landing. So here, because I was tipped forward in the top video, I've now overcompensated and rotated myself too far back. So now my leg is kicked out in front of me here. because I've over rotated my shoulder backwards. So my reins are good. I'm down in my heel. It's better to be defensive on the landing and on a drop. All that's fine. But here we have more of that sense that my leg is perpendicular to the ground, right? There's that shock absorbing feeling that my position is over my feet. I'm landing down into my leg. I still have enough of a release, but it actually doesn't have to be so dramatic because my arms can be soft instead of just giving him more rein. Okay. And then as a result of that, you can see as we're leaving the water, the top video, again, I'm crunched up and I'm having to take time to gather my reins back up and get everything more organized. Whereas leaving the water in this bottom video, I'm in my leg, my reins are organized, I'm already sitting up. So this is a better position to be in if, let's say, you've done a drop into the water and now have to turn and go out over a skinny. There we go. So I hope that was helpful.